everyone. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I am so happy because we have another issue today on Facebook Live. Principles on the come up. Well, what we're going to be looking at today is how to unlock your school's potential. And we'll be looking at 3 ways that we can unlock your school potential. But can I tell you a story? Well, I have these 2 good friends who have a 30-day challenge going on. And one of them with the 30-day challenge, she is walking with this 30-day challenge, but she wants everybody to walk. So there she is out there in her neighborhood walking, sweating bullets, pulling her dog behind her and talking about, oh, I got to get this in. I got to get this in. Then I have my other friend who is also having a 30-day challenge of walking. You just have to walk every day is what she says. And she has her beautiful Facebook page and she's all bubbly. But what's the big picture there? What's the point? The point is not that, we're going to get this challenge done, come hell or high water, whatever struggle we're going to have to go through. Or is it that we're going to get this done and it's going to be painless? So what do you think? So what I'm saying is that taking your school that has been listed as underperforming, whether it is an urban school or a rural school, I'm here to tell you that it can be done. And I'm going to be looking at telling you 3 ways that it can be done. For those of you who don't know, my name is Barbara Polk. I am known as a turnaround principal simply because I turned around my school, and I've turned around several schools, several urban schools and rural schools. And what we say is we've turned those schools into hallelujah success stories. So the first thing I want you to consider is the big picture. The big picture simply means to you that you're going to go to that campus and you're going to be looking for a story. You are going to be assessing. You are going to get a feel of the campus culture. You're going to get a feel of the campus climate. What is the big picture at this school? What is it that's going on? And then after you get the big picture, then you are going to say, well, what is this situation? Is it one where there is a toxic climate? Is it one where, teachers come and they go, or they start and they don't finish? Is that the situation? Or is the situation at your school that the principal runs everything and she doesn't give anybody else an opportunity? She talks to people. This is the former principal now. She talked to people in a condescending manner. Is that the situation that you are following? Is this the reason that you have an underperforming school? And then the next thing is that you're going to be looking at resources. What resources do you have available in order to turn that school around? Do you have access to a budget? Have you sat with your supervisor, or have you sat with your financial representative to see just what is available out there? Do you have any help in the community? Do you have resources to bring in a consultant? Just check out your resources. So let's go back to the big picture. Now, as a new principal, you walking, and let's say it is the second week of school, and you finding most of the people, have been assigned to positions that you didn't have anything to do with. It could be that these teachers have been assigned to those particular content areas for the past couple of years, and you see the report that there are some of the teachers who are doing well in their content area, and you have others who are not doing so well in their content area. So, do you have the flexibility to be able to move some of those people in the content area? Look around before you start to make that move, because sometimes making the move too quickly without all the information is something that's going to cause some disruption on your campus. So find your team, get your team together. Now you say, well, I'm new to this school. I'm trying to figure out, who is there for me, who is there against me. And that's what we call the big picture. That's what John Maxwell calls the big picture in his book. So looking at that big picture, have you found a team? Do you know some of the teachers, or have you heard of some of the teachers? You have maybe an assistant principal. You may have a counselor. Make those people a part of your team until you can decide that there are other people who need to be included in your team. That's looking at your big picture. And then once you get your team together, then come up with your vision, your goal. Now, most schools are underperforming simply because there was no vision or there was no goal. I beg your pardon, there was a vision and there was a goal, but nobody knew what it was. It's just like a winning basketball team or a winning football team. The winning football team and the losing football team, they both have goals. They have a goal at one side of the field and have a goal at the other side of the field. And if you think about it, the goal that you're facing, you are always trying to get there. So that goal is always in your face. It's always in your face. Your purpose when you huddle up as a team, when the coach tells you we're going to run play 1, 2, 3, and 4, you're going to get back out there and you're going to look at that goal and you know where you're headed. Well, you as the principal, it is your ultimate responsibility to come up with that goal or that vision. You can call it a vision, you can call it a goal, but it's your responsibility to come up with that goal. That also means that you will have to share that vision and that goal with your teachers. I know that sounds very simple, but most of us, we do our campus improvement plan and we have our beautiful goals and we have our mission and we have our core values. But it looks like maybe, the second or the third month of the school year, everybody has forgotten what the goal is. And as the principal, it is your responsibility to make sure that everything you do is to accomplish that goal. You don't let shiny objects distract you. You don't let new programs distract you. You will stay on course because you see your goal. Now, trying to get your goal is going to come with some problems because just like the football players on the football field, you have an opposing team, and that opposing team comes in things like attendance. Your opposing team comes in things like classroom management. Your opposing team comes in looking like this new program that nobody bought into, but it was something that central administration sent to you, and they say that they want this program to be enacted. Or it could be that the previous year there was a classroom management program that people didn't like, and that could be a part of your opposing team. So that is all a part of your big picture. You are establishing your goal or your mission, and you have to follow it. Make sure your goal and your mission is simple and it's something that everybody understands. This is where we're going. If you are a football team and you say, we want to make 2 touchdowns this quarter, everybody understands that. Everybody on the team understands that. The offense, the defense, they understand that. Well, suppose you get tackled. Suppose you lose the ball. And that's going to happen to you as the principal. You're going to get tackled. You're going to lose the ball. There are going to be some interceptions that will be against you. But you have to remember what your vision is, what your goal is. Where are you trying to get? Where are you trying to move your students? Not just your good students, not just your medium students, but all of your students. Come up with a goal that you want everybody to be able to succeed at. And this goal is not going to be an easy goal. This goal is going to be a goal that's going to be a challenge. Because if you are assigned to an underperforming school, automatically you are challenged when you open that door. You are challenged on a daily basis all day long. But with that challenge, you will always remember to follow your goal, establish your goal. And you have to have the team with you to make sure that goal is followed on a daily basis, an hourly basis, knowing that this is where we're headed. I don't care what kind of problems we come up against. This is where we're headed. So now you've established your goal. You've established your vision. Now let's size up this situation. What are we looking at? Do we have some people who have lots of skill, but they don't have a will? That comes from Robin Jackson. We got people who got the skill, but don't have the will. That means that they know what they're doing. But they just don't want to do it. And then you have people who don't have the skill, but they got the will. They want to do it. You have this new teacher that this was the only one you got a chance to hire. And this new teacher just coming in, just gung-ho, and just wants to do anything and everything. They want to be on your team. They have the will, but they don't have the skill. So let's size that situation up. You may have a situation where people are telling you that ELA teacher at the end of the school year last year, she was the one who was tutoring our kids in math. And we saw those kids who she was tutoring, and those kids did an excellent job. So you're looking at that situation, and it's time for you to go and to talk to that teacher and to say, hey, look, I've been hearing these things about you. Do you think maybe we could, move you into another content area? And maybe you don't do it. Maybe you send a friend to do it. It could be a burning desire that they have. And it may be a part of just what they love to do. But that's sizing up the situation to see just what you're working with. You may have somebody who is working on getting their certification, because we know in a lot of schools we have our teachers working who are not completely certified. We have our alternative ed certification. We have our adjunct people who are working on their certification. And it could be that they just recently got their certification and they really, really want to help you. So that's sizing up your situation. It could be that that particular person who is just getting their alternative certification, it could be that they just need some professional development. They have been maybe a permanent substitute for years, and they just need some professional development. Just they understand the hard work that goes along with bringing change to a campus, but they just don't know how to fine tune it. They just it's like a piece of fine sandpaper. They just need to be taught how to smooth those edges out, and they will be fine. That's sizing up your situation. You may have a new coach out there who is there to assist with um, classroom management in his own way. And that classroom management in his own way may be that he will help to support the assistant principal by talking to people in gym. Um, there's all kind of support that's out there. It's just not the designated support. And use your people. They want to help because once they understand the goal and they understand where they're going, they are there to support you. And the last thing is your resources. And resources is not only the amount of money that you have in your budget. You know, your resource may be the manager at the HEB down the street. Your resource may be a person who wants to volunteer on your campus. It may be a retired teacher. They want to volunteer um, 2 times a week. Do you have that kind of resource? Um, with your resource, it could be that the state is sending somebody in to your building, but you know that there is a consultant who has experience in meeting the needs of the kinds of students and teachers that you have on your campus. Understand your resources. And don't just put yourself in a box when you're looking for resources. There are resources all around you, and don't try to do all of this by yourself. You open your mouth. You know what they said? A closed mouth doesn't get fed. Ask people around you in that community, what resources do we have? Because understand, as the new principal, central administration, especially an underperforming campus that has underperformed, you know, maybe once, maybe twice, and the board of trustees is on that superintendent, and that superintendent is on the assistant superintendent and all the supervisors. And, you know, they are running and scurrying around. They're going to try to find this kind of program, that kind of program. We're going to need this kind of data. We're going to need that kind of data. We're going to want our instructional coach to come here, and we want them to do it that way. The big picture is that you understand your goal. You understand how to get to your goal. And you, as the principal, have to be there to support your teachers. There could be a program that they want you to use that's just not working it for your students. Using the big picture and using the teamwork among your teachers, you will have to come up with another way to support whatever program that central administration has told you have to use. Remember, you are there as the guide on the side. You are not the sage on the stage. You are there to support your teachers. Do you have to stand up for them? Absolutely. And when you stand up for them, then you are building the trust in your teachers. They will understand what they need to do in order to reach their goal. As the principal on the campus, you don't know all of the intricacies that it's going to take in order to get that job done. Listen to your teachers. Now, when you look at the big picture, you are also going to find out that there are some teachers that you should not have listened to. You know, that's where I say, you know, sometimes you're going to fumble the ball, but you won't make that mistake again because you understood where that particular ball was coming from. What person was the one who knocked that ball from under your arm where you could not reach your goal? You're gonna come across that. Sometimes it's not going to be a pretty picture, but you and your team have to understand the goal. You have to understand the vision. And the vision and the goal has to be something that's going to be difficult to achieve. And some people may not believe that you can achieve it. But if you want to move your campus to beyond a campus that is underperforming, you have to set that goal and you have to push forward and reach that goal. And that's the way it's done. That's the way it's done. That is how you look at the big picture strategy that's going to help you meet the needs of your school as a new principal or as a returning principal. So you're going to look at that big picture. You're going to consider your situation. You're going to size that situation up, and then you're going to seek your resources. I know it seems like it's an awesome job, but you know that old saying is, how do you eat a 2-ton elephant? One bite at a time. That's how you get it done. So I'm saying to you, as a principal who was assigned to an underperforming school, as a principal who turned around not only my school, but have had the opportunity to be assigned by the Texas Education Agencies to go into underperforming schools and turning them around, I'm telling you that it can be done. I have done it, and you can do it as well. So if you have any comments, if you have any questions, you just put that in the chat, and we'll, take a few minutes to answer any questions that you may have, because, this is an awesome task. I know the people in your community have high expectations from you, or the people in the community are feeling that maybe, you can't do the job because you weren't successful this past year. But I'm telling you, if you use these three strategies, this will move you closer to your goal. Your primary goal is that everybody understands the direction that you're headed. And it doesn't matter whether you get knocked down, you get up, and you head and you reach your goal. You make your touchdown. Make your touchdown. I'm Barbara Polk from Principals on the Come Up, where we transform schools into hallelujah success stories. We hope you use these strategies, and we'll see you next time, where we transform schools into hallelujah success stories. See you next time.